Happy Memorial Day 2025. I'm actually doing a virtual Ruck March marathon, and it is 26.2 miles. I just crossed 14 miles, and boy is it windy. Not sure if y'all can hear me out there, but anyways, I wanted to take some time and do a quick devotional from my first book ever, His Story, Your Story. I'm entering in the 20s of my life, and during this time, I called it the Roaring 20s when I was writing this section of my book, this phase in my life. And the verse that I want us to focus on and meditate today is Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." So anyways, when I was in college, I was a youth pastor, director, minister for 2 years on the south side of Chicago in a multi-ethnic, multi-generational church. And I didn't want to leave there, but I felt that I really needed to get some experience in a bigger church, more of like a contemporary church or maybe even a mega church, just to see what it's like. So I ended up doing that for my internship. Long story short, I went home after college because I interviewed at several different churches to become a youth pastor, minister, director, and I always came up short. Well, unfortunately in life, no one remembers second place when it comes to your career. So I went home, did some substitute teaching for a while, but in God's sovereignty, in His supernatural presence and abilities, and through His providence and working miraculously as He always does in our lives, I ended up going back to that church on the south side Chicago and worked 3 more years and even did my internship there in seminary. And Andrea and I served there together the second time. I remember the first time when I left, it was really hard because one of the youth followed me out to my car and asked me if I was ever going to come back, where I was going, and it just broke my heart. But coming full circle, it was part of God's plan for me to go back and have 3 more years with the youth and be able to end on a good note instead of a sour note. So no matter what you're going through, no matter what your circumstances are, remember that His story can become our story, and our story can become His story. And let's reflect again on Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." And you got to remember, contextually, that was for the Israelites who were exiled and had been vomited out of their land because of their disobedience. Yet God still loved them graciously and still had a plan for them. If He had a plan for them, has a plan for me, He has a plan for you. Happy Memorial Day. Take care and God bless.